Sagittarius, I've decided to draw 2 cards to give you an overall theme of the kind of flavour of what to expect for the month of August. And the 2 cards that I've drawn are from the deck of the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. So let me begin with the first one, and that is the New Beginnings card. Now, the New Beginnings card is the penultimate card in the higher arcana, the major arcana of this particular deck of cards. And these are angel tarot. They're not the traditional tarot that date back to the medieval times, because the traditional tarot has quite a lot of sinister imagery and meanings and words on it, whereas the angel tarot is one that's been reinvented, and it has archangels and angels and all kinds of loving and very soothing imagery on it. Now, the tarot deck, if you're familiar with it or whether you're not, it is split into 2. So there are the major arcana and the minor arcana. So the major arcana, there's 21 cards that signify very significant things that are happening in our lives, big things, and the minor arcana are all the day-to-day kind of things that go on. And because you've got 2 major arcana, this is why I wanted to mention this to you. So it feels like August is a month that we need to sit up and take notice of, and I feel like that for all of the star signs, to be fair, because all of the readings have had quite a lot of powerful messages in them. I feel like July and August has been such power months, and I'm hoping it doesn't end. I'm hoping September carries on in the same vein, but let's just make the most of it. Let's just be mindful and live in the moment. So the New Beginnings card, and this is Archangel Jeremiel. So you can see in the picture Archangel Jeremiel, he's there up in the sky above this mountain. So he's this magnificent vision in front of this family, and he's got his hand up. So he's just saying to them, stop for a moment. Now you're going forward, but what I want you to do is to bear in mind some things before you move on. So yeah, you're ready to make new beginnings and new starts, but there's certain things that, well, basically you don't want to go forward on this journey, go over that mountain ridge and get down the other side and still be carrying these burdens with you. So August is going to be an important month for you, Sagittarius, to really start to be clear about what your purpose is. So set an intention for the month of August. And I hope that you get to listen to this reading before the full moon at the end of July. So there's a full moon on the 31st of July. And so I want you to basically bring everything to a culmination, bring things to fullness. And on that full moon day, wherever you are in the world, to set your intention for the month ahead of you for August, because it's going to be an important month. And so think about what is it that you want, first of all, and define that, write it down. And you may have done this before, you may have done it 100 times, but this particular part of the month, this particular point in time has a lot of energy, and this is, so powerful. So write those things down that you want and be as specific as you like. And then also, if you're not sure what you want, if you're looking for a purpose, if you're at a crossroads and you're thinking, I don't really know what my purpose is, then write down on your list, on your notes in a journal, angels, please help me find my purpose. Please help me recognize that. And in the month of August, look out for signs, look for things, messages that can come through other people. It can come through books that you read. It can even be reading a magazine and then there's an article in there and you think, oh, wow, that piques my interest. So just be open to whichever direction this information is going to come to you from. And this is also about a compassionate review of the past. So Archangel Jeremiel, he's almost like the best boss that you'll ever have, who gives you an appraisal, who sits you down and says, let's have a look at where you've come from. What did you do that was great? What did you do that you need to learn from? But let's forgive everything that happened. Let's wipe the slate clean and let's start again, so that when you move forward on your journey in August, or towards the end of August, is the culmination of everything, that you will be able to leave behind all of those things that trouble you, all of the things that you've maybe not forgiven yourself about or other people, now's the time to be compassionate to yourself and others. Really big card. And I've spent a lot of time on that card, so because it is such a big one. Now, I do believe I drew the second card for you in the last reading in July. So it's like this card's coming back. And when that happens, you've got the Star card. When that happens, Sagittarius, it's like saying, this energy continues. The power of this card, it's like it's not done with you in July. It continues in August. So if the things that I talked about in relation to this card, which I think was about money in July, then, if you didn't get it in July, you're going to get it in August. And so stick with me, stay with me with this, because, the cards don't tend to come out again in subsequent months in the same position. So this is about dreams coming true and believing in yourself. So like I said to you, I can't implore you enough to write down what you want, to really be clear, to sit at the full moon and to be in manifesting mode and light a candle, write things down, get pictures, pull them out of magazines, print them out from, a search engine, and just, pull it all together, because the intention, the energy from doing that will actually, it goes out and it spirals out there into the universe. And when powerful things are going on, that's when miracles and magic happen, believe me. And this is about believing in yourself. The Star card is just so fabulous because it's all about balance. It's about, giving and receiving in equal measure. It's about the forces of the universe all being balanced beautifully. And it's, this wishing on a star card is basically what it is. So it's like Jiminy Cricket, wish upon a star. Believe that it's going to happen and put behind you anything that hasn't been satisfactory and troubling. And this is a breakthrough month. Again, like a second chance to make a difference. So I'm rooting for you, Sagittarians. I really am. I'm hoping for big things to come to you by the end of August, or certainly as you start out in September, for you to see the slate wiped clean and be able to do some fabulous stuff. Now, I drew another card for you. So your third card comes from a deck of cards called the Flower Therapy cards. And these are by Doreen Virtue and a gentleman called Robert Reeves, who is an Australian healer. And who's channeled, a message by his angels to work with flowers as a therapy for his clients. And he did that and it was very successful. So he put this card deck together with all these different meanings. And I love these cards because they do have so much meaning. If you look at a flower, some people actually read flowers. They can divine looking at flowers. And this card is the begonia, such a pretty flower, and it's about patience. So what I'm picking up from this card is, first of all, you can see the words on it. Your prayers have been heard and they are being answered. So I want to deal with that bit first, and then we'll get on to the things that I see within the card. So you can see that there's this delicate pink in the center of the flower, and then there's a darker pink around the outside. And so it takes a while for something to gravitate towards the end, the edges of the flower from the center. And the message here for you is, you have been wishing and you've been asking for things, and you just have to have a little bit more patience. I know it's difficult because I've been there many times myself when I want something and it just takes ages to come, it seems like it. But just trust and know that your thoughts and your words have a vibrational wavelength. They've gone out into the universe and they are being collected, they've resonated, and your angels are working on your behalf. They're shape-shifting, they're moving things around. Now, when you want something, sometimes the impact of you wanting it and having it has a knock-on effect on other people. So, for example, if you are single and you want a relationship, the person who's right for you, that your angels have gone, aha, look at that person over there. I think they'd be wonderful. And they're doing a little matchmaking, trying to get you together. But the other person might not quite be ready for the relationship. They might be very busy with work. They might need to move house. They might need to change jobs because you meet them through changing work. Or it may be that you're not quite ready. You think you are, but they know better because they can see everything. And we can just see this little blinkered channel. So just be patient, because you don't have the full picture. And how often have you looked back over your life and thought, oh, I had to wait for this thing, and then when I did, I actually saw why, because there was this grander plan going on in the background that I really didn't know about until it all unfolded. So that's that one. So, but the other thing I see is this sensitivity with you, because pink it's a very delicate pink. It's all about love. It's about unconditional love. And I feel as though you may feel like you're ready for all of these big changes, these wham bam, all of this kind of stuff that just explodes into your life like a big miracle, but you're building up to it. And, certain people, when they're given things too soon, they can't handle them. And that's been a little bit like that with you, that maybe an emotional or spiritual level, you weren't ready to receive something. And often we don't get a second chance, or when maybe we do, it's 20 years' time. So just be patient. Your angels know, the universe knows when the timing is right, and it will land in your lap. And I guess, I'm asking you to have faith. They're asking you to have faith and to trust. And maybe, as a way of finding out whether they've heard you and they're working on it, is just to say, can I have a sign, please? I always remember doing that on the 1st of January. I'd been wishing and wishing and wishing for something. And on the 1st of January, I was just thinking, I've been waiting 6 months for this. And it hasn't come. And I had a little bit of a tantrum. And I just said, I need a sign. I need a sign. I walked upstairs, and there was an email in relation to, well, it was kind of connected to what I'd asked about, but it was another thing I was completely not expecting. But it was fabulous news, and it kept me going, and I just went, thank you so much. It was just so exciting, the news, and it just took my mind off the fact that I was waiting for this other thing, because I'd got the sign I needed, and I knew they were out there doing their stuff, and I was doing my stuff. So mind your own business, do what you're meant to do, and they're doing what they're doing. And they don't hassle you. Well, they maybe do sometimes, but, not as much as we hassle them, I'm sure. It's a good job that they're so compassionate and loving, our angels, isn't it? So my final card for you, Sagittarius, is, this is the Ask and It Shall Be Given, Ask and It Is Given, rather, card. And it's from an oracle deck by Esther and Jerry Hicks, and they are the masters of things, all things to do with the law of attraction. They've written a lot of books about it. And these are affirmation cards, and you can use them as oracle cards too. And I've had them in my drawer for a long time, and I keep seeing them and think, I love the pictures on them, and I'd love to try and incorporate them into a reading. So you'll have to let me know what you think. But the images are so simple, and they're just so lovely when interpreted as part of the overall reading. And so this is a message from your angels for you. And your message is the most powerful law in the universe. And it actually echoes what I told you earlier, that every thought vibrates, and every thought radiates a signal, and every thought attracts a matching signal back. So basically, what you send out, you get back. So it's like you're sending this radar beam out, and then the universe going, hello, we heard you. So ask for signs. Tell them what you want, register your preferences, put your order in, wait for the sign to come back that goes, bing, we've got your order, thank you very much, please wait in line. And it's this little bird singing, sitting on a flower, looking so pretty, and that's you, beautiful, singing little bird, singing to the universe and going, this is what I'd like, please bring it to me. And then, the universe is scattering these little petals of confetti all around you and saying, okay, there you go. And now just can you kindly wait until we bring exactly what you ordered, and we might bring you something better if you're a bit more patient. So you're going to see some developments in the month of August. And you're going to like what you see by the end of the month. So keep sending the vibes out. Keep your thoughts positive, though. Really can't reiterate that enough. And just look forward to an extraordinary August. And hope it's magical for you, Sagittarius. I really do. It looks that way. Finally, I wanted to end this reading by thanking you all so much for watching my videos, for liking, for sharing, for commenting, and I try and answer as many comments as possible. And for those of you who've had personal readings with me, I've just loved doing them, and thank you for giving me the chance to carry on doing what I really enjoy so much.